In this video, I'm going to talk about how to up your confidence. And I am going to be very, very honest. I am now 35 and there are a lot of things that I have learned when it came to my confidence. And I will say back then, I was not confident. I was not confident at all. I wasn't confident in me. I wasn't confident in anything that I did. I always second guessed myself. I care too much. And so I'm now at a place where this is no longer an issue, and I'm going to talk about how to up your confidence. So the first thing is you have to be done. You have to be done and tired with tolerating people's BS. You have to be done and tired of not loving yourself. You just have to be done and tired. Like, once your back is against the wall when it comes to yourself, that is when you're actually going to make the change, even if you're not working with a lot of funds. The first thing is usually the thing that people do not want to do, but I promise you, had I done this earlier, it wouldn't have taken me 9 years to get here. You have to go to therapy. You have to go to therapy, or if you cannot do therapy, start getting radically honest with yourself. And I think that also helps with journaling. So the reason I say try to go to therapy or start going to therapy is because your therapist, once you find a good one, your therapist will open up your eyes and open up your mind to the side of yourself that you did not know that has been contributing to your demise, whether it be you allowing people do bad things to you or you contributing to your own demise, you treating yourself badly by intaking, medications or drugs that you're not supposed to be taking, you tolerating disrespect, you not having self-respect, you not having boundaries. Boundaries are not for the other people. Boundaries are for you. A boundary example would be, I am not going to interact with people who speak to me in a disrespectful manner. It is not, you're not talking to me in a disrespectful manner, okay? No, boundaries is for you. By you not allowing yourself to tolerate disrespect, you in turn start improving your life by implementing those boundaries. And I will say it is not the easiest thing, because you will notice very quickly that the people that you thought loved you as much as you love them are not the people that will handle your boundaries and will make you out to be the bad person, or they just exit your life, or you're forced to make that decision to no longer have them in your life. And that includes family and friends. And I know this video is about confidence, but I'm telling you, you tell me who your friends are and I'm gonna tell you who you are. Or a lot of times they say you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounded by people who are constantly negative, who are not doing anything with their lives, who are mean people or whatever, they don't love themselves, guess what you're gonna be? The same thing. But as you start removing those people from your life, you will see how much your mindset changes over time. It's not going to be right away. It's actually a very sad process. I'm not going to lie. I've done this but I continue to do this, but the process gets easier and easier, because over time you get to the point where you're like, I love myself too much. And I've gone through so much to get to this point that I'd be damned if I allow anybody to break that, to shake that, whether it be family, friends, lovers, regardless. So as you can see, this whole thing is really about fixing yourself, right? So I first talked about mental health, and then going get seen by a therapist. The next one, I said journal. Start journaling. Get a book from the dollar store, get a book from Dollar Tree, get a book from Target, get a book from anywhere where you can just start writing about your day. And over time, you start writing about what you thought about certain situations that were happening throughout the day and why you thought like that. And where does that stem from if you reacted in a negative manner? I learned that I was always reacting, or I was always triggered by even the small things that people will say, or I'll take offense to it. And over time, as I was like journaling, I'm like, this is a pattern that I have, and I react like this because they make me feel insecure, even though I didn't think I was feeling insecure in the moment. So journaling, therapy. The next thing is working on your body. Yes, that means working out. If you can't afford a gym, if you can't afford a gym membership, I know Planet Fitness, their gym memberships are like as low as $10 sometimes. And however way you start your fitness journey, start it. Your body, as you start working on your body, not only does your body start looking good, but your confidence start looking good, because you are accomplishing a goal every single day that you go to the gym, and your energy will start radiating that, and then you'll start attracting like-minded individuals who also like to work hard, because you're radiating that energy. And on top of that, you're gonna feel like a baddie, because your body is literally transforming. And it's a type of discipline that many people do not have. So that's the third one I would say. I would say number 2 and number 3. Learn how to do your makeup. Learn how to do your makeup that accentuates the part of your face that you love. When I first started doing makeup, I did all the eyeshadows. I did, the different color lips. But as I've gotten older, I realized like I just want to accentuate or minimize the parts of my face that I love. So I love that I have small eyes and they're kind of almond. So I make sure to do like a little wing to accentuate that. I love my big lips. So I keep my lips pretty muted with I like this color because it's like my lips but better. And it allows it to be the focal point without overpowering even my outfit. You know what I mean? I feel like if I had colored lips other than red, it would just be a little bit too much. I love my high cheekbones. So I love putting my blush right over here and kind of bringing it out. So that way it kind of gives me a lift while still accentuating my high cheekbones. So, and I love my moles. So I don't cover them up. I make sure to add them back in there with a dark eyeliner just because I love my moles on my face. So you just need to figure out what you love. Do you like light foundation? Meaning you don't want that much coverage? Do you want a lot of coverage? So maybe you use a medium to full coverage foundation. There's so many drugstore options. There's just so many options, but learn to do your makeup that accentuates the part of your face that you love. And that's really how it starts. Learn. Back then, I learned how to do my makeup from YouTube. And that was when YouTube kind of first started out, like when Jackie Aina first came out. I learned how to do my makeup 9 years ago. No, I won't say over 9 years ago, but for sure 9 years ago. And I started working out 9 years ago as well. So I started implementing all these things very early, but my mind changed after therapy. But working on your fitness, doing your makeup is the physical part, but it will not change your mental, okay? It'll change your mental as far as damn, I look good. But have you seen those pretty women who are still so insecure on the inside? It's because they haven't worked on themselves. They haven't done the work. So the work comes from therapy. It comes from therapy, and it comes from, honestly, the work comes from therapy. It comes from the heartache. But because you went to therapy, you have the tools that you will need for when those heartaches do happen. So if you're just going to therapy without doing the work that therapy has given you, then what good, like what good is that going to do? It's kind of like going to school to be a cosmetologist, learning all these skills. But then once you graduate, you get your certificate, you don't do any of that. You just go back home and stay at home and decide not to work. And, like you don't do anything with that skill that you just got your certification on. That's exactly what therapy is. So, and obviously when you so say like, and how do people become the best cosmetologist or the best, technician or the best doctor or whatever? It wasn't just the schooling. You become a cosmetologist and then you decide to work at a nail salon, and then you have customers that hate their hair. You're a newbie, so customers hate their hair. You don't know how to talk to people, so you're learning how to do that. You have angry clients, and you're like, this is not for me. Like I'm terrible. But then over time, you stuck to it. You stuck to it because you still knew the foundations. You just needed the experience. And as you kept doing the experience, then you got better and better. And that's how you see these people charging thousands and thousands of dollars for people to get their hair done by them, because they know their ish. They've been through the trenches and back. They know what they're doing. They are the SME, the subject matter expert. So that's how I see it. And I know those are just 3 things, but you will be so surprised how those 3 things are so underestimated. And then if you're hearing these 3 things and you're like, no, I don't want to do any of that, then fine. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm just telling you, those were the main 3 things that I did. And over time, my confidence got better. It didn't take a year. Like I said, I started my makeup and fitness journey 9 years ago. But I didn't start therapy until I was 31. And now I'm 35. So the therapy is what catapulted my confidence. Everything else I already had and knew. So I hope this helps. Bye.